Alrighty. Well, Rocky and I are having a moment, as you can see. He's a good boy. He's my favorite cat in the whole universe, you know. He is. Anyway, we're having a moment. I was just out to the cemetery. I think that the other cat has been captured because when I got there, there was a vehicle that was marked Fairy Tales Cat Rescue, and there was a man in it, and he was leaving. And unfortunately, he left before I could talk to him. By the time I got my truck parked, he was heading off down the path, so I didn't actually get to speak with him. But I did walk back to where I think the trap would have been set, to where the meows were coming from, and down the tractor path, and I didn't see any sign of the trap. So that indicates to me that he had come and picked the trap up. And if he did that, he would only have done that if they got word that there was in fact a cat in the trap. So I'm thinking probably the other cat has been trapped and is now getting the necessary care. Getting the care that it needs anyway, and hopefully will be reunited with its owner, or failing that, will be will be adopted to another home. Fairy Tales does good work. I had a little stray cat by the name of Cleopatra. Well, I called her Cleopatra. She told me her name was Cleopatra, basically. I don't really name animals. I let the animal tell me its name, and the animal will tell you its name. If you just observe it and you pay attention, the animal will tell you who he or she is, what his or her name is. Like Rocky here, Rocky told me his name. I didn't name Rocky. Rocky told me his name just by being who he is. He told me his name. And that's the thing, and all my cats have been like that. They've all told me their name just by being who they are. Anyway, Rocky's a grand old man. He's nearly 16 years old. He was born on August the 30th, 2008. I know that because I know the people who his mother lived with, and I remember when he was born as part of a litter. And yeah, he was actually the runt of the litter, believe it or not. And he was a tough little nut. And he literally would box his brothers and sisters to get access to the milk supply. So that's why he'd get up on his hind legs there and throw paws at them. And he'd have to fight them to get access to the milk, basically, to get access to his mother's titty, and so that he could drink and survive. And so that's how he told me that his name is Rocky, like the boxer from the old movie, the 1970s movie there, Rocky. Anyway, he was the underdog. He's a tough little nut, anyway, and that really moved me. Yes, it did, Rocky, you moved me. Anyway, the bottom line is, I believe the other cat has been caught. I hope so. It's kind of an awful day to be outdoors. So I'm really hoping that the other cat was caught and is now safe and warm and dry and being fed and being seen to for any medical needs it may have, and so on. And that's my hope anyway. I sent a message to the lady who originally found the two cats in the cemetery. She was there to visit a relation that had passed away. And anyway, I sent a message to her from the cemetery to let her know what I saw. And I know she was quite concerned. Very nice lady, and she was quite concerned. And I've asked her to message me with any details if she finds out anything, or when she finds out anything about what's happened to these cats anyway, how they're doing and so on, whether the other one has been caught and so on. And I'm sure she will. anyway, and I'll be very appreciative of her for doing that because I'm concerned. And yeah, hey, how you doing, my friend? He's just looking at me right now. He's pretty funny. I wonder what goes through his mind sometimes, you know. What complex thoughts he has. I wonder about that. He probably thinks about things a lot more than people would imagine he does. There's probably a lot more to an animal than most people think, and I can say that having lived with animals, I think that is the case, based on what I've observed anyway. I can tell you there's a lot to this guy anyway. He really is my best friend, you know. And me and him have been through a lot together this journey of being homeless and all the other things that have happened. It hasn't been easy on either one of us, but we survived it together. Alright, that's it for now. We'll talk later.